Oh, tough questions. Hope I'm not
Yeah.
babbling too much. All right, but this time I'm gonna let you babble on. All right. Question number three. This is why we're here. So tell me everything, everything, your experiences, everything you did, all the things you remember
Uh,
about Flu 2021.
can I get my notebook that I
Go
wrote
ahead, go
everything
ahead,
in down
go
when I went
ahead,
to do? Okay, yeah,
go
I'll
ahead.
be right back. Well, to start off with, who was when while we were going there, I was obviously nervous because I went with my friends in Michigan, their church, and I'm not really familiar with their church, but I mean it was still good to meet everyone and see like how they ran, even though it was an Alliance church, it was very similar to how we did things. And but first 2 days of flu, I was kind of getting into getting into it, so I too much, and I wasn't really like my mind wasn't in that state of like I should really soak what I'm learning in right now. But I think it was like the third day and the first in the morning sermons. There was a pastor. Let me find. Um, it was Pastor Bruce, Sifu Bruce, and he said he really emphasized on finding your talents and really like honing it to serve God, and that really like that kind of made me think like you know what can I do as like someone who is going to take on these roles as I obviously grow up and become like an OG and become a like I have to really like think about what I can do to serve the church and what I can really bring to church. And um all the sermons were really good. I like to really like look back on this notebook and see like what they really like all the meanings behind them. Um there was another pastor, I think in the evening sermons. Uh I don't I don't want to butcher this, but his name was it's a Hmong, but is Pastor Lanze, and he was like an older pastor, and he was like he talked about how the younger youth and to really like for them to like because everyone there was at that age where you were going off to college and your priorities are now like you can't just do whatever you want. You have to really want to go to church, and your parents can't really just drag you to church. You have that's it's like a choice as you grow up. And it he talked about how the leaders should be encouraging to the younger generation and how the younger generation should learn from the leaders and make it better. And that really also opened my eyes a lot into what I should like how I should look at, for example, you or Ba and like Gangnam and like um what you guys teach us as the younger youth and what we should like take from it, and how like and we should see your guys' roles as like something we take on one day and really learn from it. For the workshops, oh yeah, there was a one of the teachers from our workshops. The workshop was called A Life That Matters, and it was a female teacher that talked about you know we are also it was really about just like how the younger generation should look at like what we should do that impacts the world. and she talked about, you know, not just to like look at church as something that is temporary and, you know, we would just forget about it, but like to uh really learn from it, and because we're all gonna fill these roles in the future and take them on. And she talked about let me see. Oh, and there was a reference that she made. It was about like an elephant, that like an elephant in a circus is like a baby elephant in a circus. They chain the elephant as a baby, and the baby learns to, you know, I can't run away from this chain as a baby. But when it grows up, um, you know, it learns. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't learn. It like it automatically has this mindset of, you know, I can't escape from this chain. But little does the elephant know, as it's grown up, it can easily just rip away from that chain and like break free from the circus. And that really showed like me, like, you know, I do have that mindset also sometimes, like, you know, I can't do this because when I was younger, you know, I was restricted. But, you know, as I'm older, I have all these things and resources that I can use to like do bigger things and break free from like what I couldn't do in the beginning.
My last little sub question for you. Um, I gotta look at this. I had it memorized till now. Okay. So if you were talking to someone in the youth, someone particularly younger than you, and you want to encourage them to attend a Bible camp, such as Who or Standing Stones or all that stuff, what would you say to them?
I would definitely say, you know, it it'll open your eyes of like for sure in ways that like, you never really think about. You know, you like you think about coming to church just for, you know, your parents because they wake you up and you have to go. But you know, you should really see church as a, a learning experience, because it really is a learning experience. And like Jesus definitely will work in your life in the future, or maybe he already has. You really have to find, you know, a reason to enjoy church, come to church, and hopefully one day like take on a leadership role, because how much to show your love for God.